Hey folks, Chad here with Exodus Outdoor Gear, and today I'm going to walk you through the firmware update process for your Rival A cameras to get these cameras migrated over to the all-new Exodus app. Before we get started, you're going to need a couple things. One is a freshly formatted SD card. The second thing is ultra important, some type of power source, either an external power source or a fresh set of lithium batteries to power your trail camera during this update. If for some reason you lose power while the camera is updating, you will break your camera. So it is ultra critical that you have a solid power source supplying your camera during this update. And the last thing you're gonna need is obviously access to a computer where you can download that firmware and stick it onto an SD card. So before we get started, I just wanna make note, inside your camera, all existing previously sold Exodus Rival cameras are going to have a black sticker. If you've recently purchased a new camera, this is going to look a little bit different, and you don't even need to be here because you got a camera with the proper firmware and SIM card and everything already installed, ready to rock on the Exodus app. But if you have an existing camera and you're migrating it over, we need to be certain that the model that you're using is an Exodus Rival A camera. If for some reason you mix Rival A and Rival A5 firmware up, we're going to have problems. So be sure before we get started that you are working with a Rival A. And one quick note on the difference between the Rival A and the Rival A5. Again, you can reference these stickers. If you're seeing the model as Rival A2, that is essentially the A5. It's the Rival A version 2, which we call the Rival A5. So if you're seeing Rival A2, this is not the video for you. And you need to check out the video for the Rival A5. So to get started, we're going to be working off the Exodus Outdoor Gear website. The page that we want to work off of is the Exodus app migration firmware page. So to navigate our website, you can just go to the support tab, go to trail cameras, go to firmware updates, and you can find the page that you're working with, or you could use that little search bar up on the top right corner and just search firmware migration or migration firmware for the Exodus app. And this page is going to populate for you. As you scroll down, you're going to see 3 different models. Again, this video is for the Rival A camera. So we're going to select Rival A. And there are some important notes on here. Again, we covered that with the power source. Be sure you have proper power source. Be sure you have a formatted SD card. And we're basically going to walk you through step by step on how to get this firmware downloaded to your SD card and put in your camera for it to update. So we're going to install this SD card in my SD card reader on my MacBook. You can see towards the bottom of this page, there's going to be a hyperlink that says download Exodus Rival A firmware by clicking here. We're going to click that red link and download that file to our MacBook. So that file is downloaded, and all we're going to do is go to our download folder where that was located, and we can see update, and all we're going to do is copy that over onto the main page of our SD card. So we don't need to stick this in a DCIM folder or any other folder on your SD card. Your SD card should be free and clear of anything else. You should only have an update.brn file on that card. Once you have that file located on your card, we're going to properly eject the SD card from your computer or from your MacBook and simply install it with the correct orientation into your Exodus Rival A camera. Once we have that installed, we're going to go ahead and give it a power source. And to update this is probably one of the most simplistic cameras that we have to run an update. Underneath your 3 LED indicator icons, there's going to be a little black reset button. All we're going to do is hold that reset button down and slide your power switch to the offline mode. You'll get a green battery light for a split second, and then those 3 LED indicators are going to start blinking. They'll blink red and then green, and then you'll get flashing, blinking red lights. Once you get those flashing lights, you can go ahead and let go of that green, or let go of the reset button. The firmware update process has started, and it will run until it's complete. Once that firmware update is complete, you will see just a solid green battery icon, and that's signifying the update has ran successfully. Your camera has rebooted or recycled, and you're good to go. You can shut that camera off, pop that SD card out, and Essentially, you've just updated the firmware on your Rival A camera to migrate and be compatible with the all-new Exodus app.